Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk to me funny, lad.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Danny, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you very much.
You know, I love this movie, and I don't know if it's just embedded in me as a Texan to love, you know, Westerns and just the whole iconography of it. I've grown up with it my whole life. Did you love Westerns previously to this film?
Oh yes, absolutely. I guess also my father being John Huston and growing up watching westerns and the whole adventurous quality that they have, the archetypes. You kind of know where you are, and also the beauty and the sensitivity and the lyricism that they hold. You know, the good ones. It's a great form of storytelling, and the epic landscapes work so well on the big screen.
Well, I also hear actors say, and directors for that matter, say that they enjoy working on a Western set because there's a lot of quiet, it's still, it's calming, but then also there's the big action moments. Did you find yourself, enjoying kind of the set that was created by Vigo for this film?
Yes, we shot in Mexico and Durango. So the landscape is beautiful. The horses, there's a real feeling of freedom. I guess you as a Texan would know what I'm talking about. There are not any kind of confines. You feel you could just gallop for days in one direction. It's great, but also with that comes you're tested by the elements. It's not all easy, and you kind of have to stay true to your dream to be able to get through it. The elements test you.
They do, don't they? When you have or when you're working on this film and you have Viggo Mortensen who's directing and starring in it, he's an actor-director. I think of a lot of times in terms of basketball, like a player-coach. That you listen to the player-coach more because they've been on the floor before. They know what it's like in front of the camera and behind it. Do you find that there's a benefit working with a director who's also acting alongside you?
Yes, definitely. He wrote it, he's acting in it, directing it, and composed the music. So this is something that he's embracing with both arms, and it's very much his vision, and that gives you a sense of security. You know that there's a clarity to it, but also there's a slightly schizophrenic quality that somebody in that position has, because they're wearing so many hats, and so you're working opposite an actor who's also making sure that the camera's in the right place, that you're on schedule, and that that creates a good sort of collaboration. In a way, you're kind of both holding each other up, and getting through the day together. So it's kind of like it's a waltz, it's a dance, it's something which I guess when it's working feels like it's not just the leader who's or the coach as you describe it, but also somebody who's playing for the whole team. You know,
This movie, this Western, if I'm going to stay to the category and to the genre, is different than others that I've seen before, both in the edit and the way that the story unplays the protagonist of the film. Was that the draw to you, that this was, yes, a Western, but it was also atypical of what we typically would see?
yeah, I mean, I think what's fascinating about about westerns is that they're not really all atypical. You've got the Sergio Leone, Clint Eastwood
Mhm.
spaghetti western. You got a western another western I did in Australia, written by Nick Cave, called The Proposition. Uh, you've got westerns shot in Mexico. Both sides, in a way, they're borderless. And and but at their core. And Howard Hawks was very much like that. I mean, the John Ford Western is bigger and great and wonderful, but at the core you have these stories about people, and at its center there's a sort of romantic domestic situation between Vigo's characters and Vicky's character, which is a situation between a man and a woman. That situation could happen anywhere, really. Finally, it's a different situation, but its at its core, you're just talking about humans and human nature.
Well, you know what? It was a phenomenal movie. I enjoyed watching all the performances in it, and I enjoyed this conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time, Danny.
Thank you, man. Thank you.